A friend of mine recently sent me a track he was working on and he said, "I need you to go nuts on guitar at the end." And I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll record my part and send it back to you." Now, recording yourself playing is extremely important and it will bring out all of your flaws. It doesn't matter if you're a guitar player, bass player, drummer, heaven forbid a harmonica player. Just kidding all the harp players out there. But it doesn't really matter what instrument you play. You need to record it and listen back. It will bring out all your flaws as a musician and the things that you'll need to work on, as well as also showcasing the things you're already good at. So there's a positive in there as well. For me to cut a guitar solo, I have to go over it again and again until I start to come up with ideas, things that I can remember and sort of hum along in my head and then nail it. One of the things I have trouble with is executing licks on a particular time or speed. And this is one thing I've always struggled with. At a particular tempo, things start to get tricky for me as I'm not a fast player. I have to think of creative ways around that sometimes, but still work, but also still feel like the solo is going somewhere. This also forces me to play things that I'm not also comfortable with. So I might do it again and again and again and again until I get it right, which basically is like practice, but it's practice where you have to be perfect in what you're playing, or close to perfect, or at least it has to feel good and sound good in context to what's going on. So if this guy puts it on a CD or you put it on a CD, it's there until the end of time. So it's important to really push yourself musically when you record and also learn in ways which to develop your own playing. Recording for me has always been something that I really enjoy, but it's also extremely challenging. I do all of my own production, I do all the audio engineering and mastering and all that kind of stuff as well. So not only am I really critical of the mix of the album, I'm critical of my playing and everybody's parts, all that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty intense sort of headspace when you are recording, but I can't stress enough, even if you're just going to a jam night, take a little MP3 recorder, use your iPhone, whatever, record yourself and see if you are sitting in context to the music or whether or not you're in your own little world. Work on things that you can hear that you need to work on. You might say, oh, my bends are slightly out, or my timing's slightly out, or tempo, or whatever. So these are things that you might not hear unless you hear it back. One thing that most people probably don't know is that I just don't wake up, hit record on my video cameras and play along to the backing tracks for my demos. Some of those take a long time. Some of them might take an hour before I get a take that I'm really happy with. Some days I'll do it in 10 minutes. So inspiration or flow on the day can absolutely vary, but it's about getting consistent. If you can get consistent in your playing and you like what you're hearing back, odds are other people will like it as well. For those of you out there who are guitar players, please let me know your thoughts on whether you think recording and hearing yourself back is advantageous or whether it's a hindrance. Thanks. Thanks again for watching, folks, and don't forget you can click one of these two videos right here to take you through to more of my content. You can also click on the In The Blues logo that just popped up to subscribe to the channel.